So the first thing we need to do is create a billing code. So by billing charges, I mean if you want to charge someone interest or a billing fee for not paying their bill. So let's say you send them a statement, and of course it has to be patient responsibility. So you send them a statement, they haven't paid, and you want to charge them a billing fee for not paying. Some people charge a percentage, like 10% of whatever the fee is. Some people charge $10 for every month unpaid every time they send a statement and it's not paid. Some people don't charge anything at all. It just depends on your preference. But if you do decide to add a billing charge, there is a way in your Medisoft to automatically add that charge to everyone who hasn't paid during that time period. The first thing we're going to do is create a billing code. So we're going to go to the list menu and go to Procedure Payment Adjustment Code. And we're going to create a billing code. I do have one here already. I just called mine Bill Charge. And I'm just going to double click so you can see how I've added it. So I have created the code. I just can't call it Bill Charge. You can call it whatever you'd like and create whatever code you want for that. Description, I named it Billing Charge. And then code type, this is the most important part. You have to make sure that the code type, if you get the drop down, you have to make sure it says Billing Charge as the code type. Also, down at the very bottom, you want to make sure to put a check mark in the box for patient-only responsibility, or patient-only responsible, because it only falls on the statement, not when you send a claim out to an insurance company. That they would reject the claim if you sent this on there. And make sure this box is checked. So it only gets filled out to the patient. So that is your first step to create that charge. And to create a new charge, all you have to do when you go to your charges or procedure payment adjustment list is hit the new button at the very bottom of the screen, bottom left corner. And that's where you can create your billing charge here. And give your description. And again, make sure you select the billing charge type and put a check mark for patient only responsible. So, and then you'll hit save. Once you have your code created, before you do add any billing charges using the utility, you always want to make sure to make a backup first before you do any major changes to a bulk of your account. So you're going to go to File and Backup and do backup data and run your backup. Now, I've already made a backup of mine, and for time purposes, I'm not going to do it again, but you would go ahead and make your backup. Once you're done doing your backup, you're going to go to the Activities menu, and you're going to go down to Billing Charges. And this is your little shortcut here, the stack of money there. So on your billing charges screen, before we enter any of our filters in here, I do want to explain 3 things. 3 requirements before you do run this billing charges utility is that, first of all insurance payments must be marked on the claim before it'll add a billing charge. So if they have a primary and a secondary, there needs to be a primary payment and a secondary payment. Otherwise, it doesn't show that the claim is actually inpatient responsibility. So it won't add a billing charge to them. Also, a statement must have been printed and sent to the patient. If it doesn't show that a statement has been printed, it's not going to add a billing charge because you shouldn't be charging the patient anything if they haven't received a statement yet. And then there also must be transactions in the case that are at least over 30, 60, or 90 days past due. If they're not over 30, 60, or 90 days past due, it will not automatically add a billing charge using this utility. So here are the filters that we're going to complete. So you can narrow down to one specific patient if there's someone specific you want to add a billing charge to and you don't want it to do a bulk add for you. In this case, I'm going to leave it empty because I wanted to add it to several of my patients. The billing code ranges. This is if you have billing codes set up on your cases, you can actually select one of these billing codes. So if you just wanted to add a billing charge to your cash patients, you can select your cash billing code, or to certain types of patients, you can add that billing code. Otherwise, I'm going to leave my billing code empty. I wanted to add a billing charge to everybody across the board who has not paid and they're over 30 days past due. You can also do a case indicator match. This case indicator and this billing code, both of those filters pull from your cases. I'm going to pull up a case so I can show you where it's pulling from really quick here. We go to one of my patient's cases. If we go to the account tab, this is where you're going to see the case billing code. That's where it's matching up. All right, let me close out of there. Oh, and this, I'm sorry, this is the case, under the miscellaneous tab, this is the case indicator field here. So if I wanted to narrow down to all my patients that have Medicare, I can do it by the filter using the case indicator Medicare, or under my account tab, I have my case billing code type of M for Medicare patients. So that's how I can narrow down if I wanted to for that specific type of patient. So let me go back to the billing charges screen. Okay, so that's what those two filters are if you wanted to narrow it down. Charges creation date, I'm going to leave it as today's date because that's when I'm going to run this utility and it's going to be added to my patient's account. Now keep in mind, this utility, you want to make sure, number one, that you have one person that's going to do this job and that it doesn't get done multiple times during that your preferred time period. So for example, most people will only do this once a month. If I do this today and another staff member comes and runs it tomorrow, it will add another billing charge. So make sure that before you run it, make sure that somebody else hasn't already ran it for the month. And there is reports I will show you that you can run to see when the last time it was ran. I'll show you that at the end here. But just make sure it hasn't been done already. You don't want to add them twice. And if you do, you can always delete those billing charges. It is reversible. So I'm going to put today's date, and then transaction charges. This is the number of days old that the transactions are. So you want to say select whether you want to add it to charges that are 30 days old, 60 days old, or 90 days old. So I'm going to do 30 days old. And then you have the option here, you can do percentage. So I can say I want to do 10%, or you can do a flat fee. So if you want to do percentage, you'll just put the percentage in here. If you want to do the flat fee, that's going to be down at the bottom here where you have minimum billing charges and maximum billing charges. The minimum billing charges, if you want to do a flat fee, so let's say I want to just add $10 each month. I'm going to do minimum of 10 and maximum of 10. That's going to only allow me to add $10 to each person, regardless of what this percentage is. If you wanted to add the percentage, then your minimum can be 0 and your maximum can be, let's say you can put up to $500, and it's going to add just the 10%. So I'm just going to do the flat fee for now, and I'm going to do $10. So you can definitely manipulate it to where you can do a percentage or the flat fee using the minimum maximum. Right above that, we have minimum past due balances. I'm going to say I only want to add a $10 fee to anyone who owes me $20 or more. This is the minimum past due balance on the account. So it won't add $10 to anyone that owes less than $20. And then your billing charge procedure. This is where you're going to select the procedure code that we created, this billing charge. So it's going to add this billing charge procedure code to the account. And then there's one last filter down at the bottom. This box here, it's a check this box if you want to exclude a case that has had a payment made after or during the past due period. That way I'm not going to charge anyone that has made a payment since I sent the statement out the last time. So if they made a payment within the last 30 days, it's not going to add a billing fee to their account since I sent that statement out. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button. All right, so it just tells me that I've only added one billing charge. And I'm going to go to my patient's account. I believe I know which patient that is, but I'll show you how to run the report as well. I believe it's going to be my, I think it's Dwight. All right. And it's going to be right up at the top of the screen here. So we can see on Dwight's account, I added one billing charge, and it was for $10. And I actually did one yesterday too, and I did this purposely so I can show you if you did see that someone has already ran the billing utility and added a charge to the account, you can just basically delete it. And then you'll just want to hit update all in the bottom left corner to refresh the account. And it's now adjusted my balance to $54 from $64.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video and found it helpful. If you did, let us know by giving us a thumbs up by clicking on the like button below. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to write those in the comments section below. And if you want to get more helpful videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks!